This is Giga Break, a new epic weapon in 2026 that requires you to earn a seal ladder from Epic Decoder in order to get it permanently. Or we can just simply buy it for 3200 gigacore if you had 0% luck. So this is basically a Frost Viper but with a sci-fi tech, and it's also the first epic weapon that has an LE version which can be obtained from the new fusion system, as you just simply need to your original Giga Break to craft it. If you ever get the LE version, it doesn't even change the stats aside from having a neon purple colors on it. The best thing about this weapon is that Giga Break has around 5 skills, unlike most epic that has only like 1 or 2 skills. Starting with the first skill named Overflow Alpha, where you simply need to hold your right mouse button to swing the Giga Break similar to Drakar 3, which it gives an extremely high knockback to the zombies. You can also press the right mouse button and left mouse button at the same time to unleash an Overflow Beta, where it shoots a laser up to 5 times, as you just simply relying on the green bar that were shown on the screen. For the Overflow Burst and Crash, they were actually part of the Overflow Alpha, where it will indirectly get activated if you hold your right mouse button a little bit longer. The Burst one looks similar to Overflow Beta, as it shoots the exact same laser but can be only done twice, and surprisingly, it has no cooldown, which is why I prefer this skill than the Overflow Beta. For the Overflow Crash, it's a little bit confusing for me because according to Luke, we could actually fly with this weapon similar to Gravity Repulsor. But whenever I give it a try, I could only fly for like 1 second before I drop into the ground to cause massive damage. Also, whenever you use Overflow Alpha, you will gain an invincibility similar to Bryonek. For the last skill called Overflow Shield, it was directly inspired by most of grade 6 weapons like Genocider, Arcana, Murasame, etc., where it will give you an extra HP once you lose 50% of your HP, making Giga Break the most broken weapon ever, unlike the previous epic weapons. And by the way, here's my short gameplay of Giga Break. God damn, I thought Frost Viper was the GOAT, but it seems like Giga Break managed to humiliate every single epic weapons in zombie mode thanks to its numerous skills that are featured on this weapon. For the scenario mode, despite that it was extremely powerful, it has only one downside. As you can see here, we made a comparison between Giga Break and Frost Viper, where Frost Viper deals more damage to the bosses, unlike Giga Break. So I guess I'll better stick to Frost Viper whenever I play zombie scenario. As for the summary, Giga Break was extremely broken, but only in Zombie Hero or Z. But it has a downside for those who are playing on a potato PC. So Giga Break could actually crash the game because Giga Break's special effect had an extreme amount of particle that got rendered, unlike the previous weapon. So despite that Giga Break extremely broken, it only deserved 9 out of 10 as the result. Next, we've got an Impulse Flail, the first flex weapon ever in 2026, where it can be obtained by either buying it through the Epic Shop for 3600 gigacore or 4000 gigacore. Impulse Flail was basically a Tyrant Mace 2.0 that has more skills and extremely broken. Unlike Tyrant Mace, where it has 1 skill, Impulse Flail had around 3 skills. Starting with the first one called Impulse Swing, where it can be done by pressing the right mouse button and you will continuously swing this weapon till you stop between the blue or yellow line. The best thing about this skill is that Impulse Swing support 360-degree attack range, just like Ascalon 6, where you don't need to watch your back, as long as you keep holding your right mouse button. If you ever stop swinging, you will have to stop it at the right time, as those lines had the different skills. If you stop it on the blue line, it will simply slow down the zombies for a short time. If you use a yellow line, it will knock them away instead. Next, we have Impulse Buster that can be used by pressing the R button. It was basically the same skill just like Tyrant Mace Glacial Impact, but the difference is that Impulse Buster grants a 6 explosion that has a 360-degree range and can be used up to 3 times. For the last one called Impulse Shield, we don't really need to explain the skill, as Giga Break also had this passive skill, and now here's my short gameplay of Impulse Flail. Tyrant Mace user, I feel humiliated when I saw this. But at least, I'm glad that they didn't even attempt to create 6 different variants as Tyrant Mace was already broken since it got released only to get overplayed by this flex version. For the scenario mode, I feel like the original Tyrant Mace still win on the boss fight, because Impulse Flail could makes me focus as it has numerous skills which prevents me to kill the boss much faster, unlike Tyrant Mace that has one fixed skills. As for the summary, Impulse Flail was highly recommended for every zombie mod, with the exception of the boss fight section in scenario, due to being a melee weapon. The swing itself makes Impulse Flail enjoyable if we ever use it on zombie hero, especially if we use it alongside Giga Break. Overall, Impulse Flail deserves 9 out of 10 thanks to its numerous skills that were effective for offensive playstyle. So that's my review for today. If you guys had more opinion for both weapons, let me know in the comment down below, and if you want to see more weapon review, you may check out my Dragon Coin video here.